I'm good. Yeah, winter off, not doing a whole lot.
So what's new over at your way?
Well, it's been cold, now it's getting warm, now it's raining. So that's about it.
That's weird.
Made a trip up north and nothing was frozen and we're driving in the drive without shoveling, so the wife was showed up there.
When I was working on organized
Already.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Nice country up there.
Yes, it is. Been laid back.
We have a lot of road trips planned with our grandkids. They're both into swimming, or both. So, 4 of the 5 are swimmers and 1 basketball. A lot of events going on. You know, they only go out once.
There you go, don't lose them.
Plus, we may do something in Michigan. I like going over there.
I'm not, no, you're eating, that's what Mom, she said, I just didn't want her to jump on it. Hi, sweetheart.
Early, I was
Daisy, yeah.
changing bits out at A&W.
Not at all.
Yeah, no,
Oh, I thought, rain usually lets me borrow it.
No, they,
What's the story that she likes to bark when?
oh, she barks during prayer, during pledge, and at least once during. Okay. At least with our chorus.
So we'll see what
And
happens
you
with
will see
that.
if she's out growing any.
Look at the little spot there. The little,
One little black mark on her leg, black hair, and, just little boy here on my.
Some holes in your leg, and you gotta lay down.
Ma'am,
she gets real
she has a
comfortable.
tick on her leg, you better check it. She's.
Yeah, probably is.
How you doing?
No, that's
Like, we didn't
black.
do much.
We did too, we went shopping.
Oh, we went shopping. Did you go to all the stores?
Guess I'll put my name on that. I was gonna fill in where there's holes, but there's so many holes, I better.
Got stuff to do one of the raffle
You
baskets.
want to sign up for pick one and do a double?
She's beautiful.
Yeah, I can do that. She's a half lab and half gold.
Put his coat down for
They're breeding.
a.
Doesn't matter when?
No.
What about you? Is there any?
we need to have a third person on the these two. This one and this one, we need to have a third person. So, but if you sign up for those, that'll be fine too. I mean, any of those.
When you're talking double, you mean back to back, right?
One day, there's like one day there. And I think is that the only one day that we have available? Yeah,
Well,
that's
either
the only
that.
day. Yeah, that's the whole day.
Huh?
Monday is the whole day.
Do the late one?
Well, yeah. Might as well.
All right.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Do you want to do just 2 shifts on one day?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
mean.
so then you need to put your names on both of these lines.
Yeah.
What day is that again? That's what I thought it was.
All right.
Oh, come on, it's a brand new pen.
Yeah.
Might as well use that one if you want.
There we go. Just had to get it broke in.
Hey, wait,
I guess we got to get going here.
and it cried, 'cause we got it replaced.
And the one above it.
Yeah.
There we go.
I can't do the 5th at all, I have Dr. Collins all day.
So
Since
it's
I can't do
from,
it.
what is it? 6 to 2 a.m.
Down below my back.
Our first one didn't get up on the.
Would you all stand and join me for the pledge of allegiance and our prayer?
Allegiance to the flag
Stand
all thanks and praise. So we have a couple of visitors tonight. We'll save the full introduction when she comes up to speak, but welcome Lion Eileen or Eileen? Eileen. Delaney and her husband Steve Delaney, both Lions as well. So welcome tonight. And we're gonna go ahead and go right into dinner, and y'all are up first.
Right. I'll turn around and eat with the president.
We'll just go counterclockwise around the back.
Right, come here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
either gonna turn around and eat with you so you're not alone, or you come here.
I'll come with it.
Okay, all right, good enough.
Maybe I like that tonight, huh? I have a cold.
Fast, you know, they might, they go.
You're gonna get 2 plates and one for yourself.
Head up, Doug.
So they-
You're next.
They could be down there now. This time of year, they-
They go to Louisville for
But it's a big tractor show.
Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Or Iowa,
Down here is Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, right, it's actually right out. It's right next to our home office. Rock Island, Des Moines, or Davenport's right across the river. Moline.
Oh, yeah, it's no food, sturdy.
Yeah.
Nice area. You need any.
My brother was stationed
So I cleaned those out.
Over at the army or?
I'm not sure that's where they're at, but if I had to guess.
When you go to the.
Oh, yeah, it was hard. Oh, that's like, oh, is this like over? No.
6 months size tires. On each side of the ice size.
Really? That's peach. Okay.
No, I better hurry, cause I got mashed potatoes, and if I get a hold of you do, I'm not sure.
I only want mashed potatoes and gravy.
I love mashed potatoes. I would eat it all day. Yeah, I can do that. I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, we get to Florida last week for vacation. Went to Fort Myers, where we went to the state of
Is that on the west side?
South, yeah, north side.
Right by Bonita? Is it Bonita?
Yeah, Bonita Springs.
My sister.
I drove up, we drove up. Anyways, we're going to get the rental car, and here's Quincy's parents. Same line, and the same line as Hertz rental, right next to us. So we got to talking to him for a little bit, and then a couple days later, we were at, but anyways, it's south of, was at Naples.
Yeah.
Went down to Naples, we're shopping at their,
Great guy.
oh yeah, Tin City is an old, it's a shrimp and oyster house that they just made into a gift shop, bakeries and restaurants, everything's right on the water. It's like, oh, twice saw them, and the whole big city's right there, I saw them twice. This one.
Arizona. There's landing trips.
Go with the big group again. So they do a couple of
She's over at the bar tonight.
Is it a year short?
Knitting.
Anything in it?
Small knitting.
Straight up. Around here visiting his parents.
Go over the bad road and sit there and sip a little bit, just a little bit.
Probably wouldn't know it, just outside of
Sit there and knit and talk.
Awesome.
You know what they, are you familiar with knitters at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just so you know, it's in
Okay, so you're familiar with, the word for when you made a mistake and you're going backwards, go front.
There you go, straight up.
So Arizona.
Were you busy?
No, we were just out there to get some weather. I got some buddies out there by Yuma.
Oh, yeah.
And
If you had gone to, I saw something, I think it's New York
real reason
Times.
they're out there, one of mine.
Yeah, there's a big knitters event
So,
and kind of a, knitting tourism thing in Shetland.
I was sitting,
There's a big, once a year event there. Lots of tourism, the knitters.
She not only learned how to do all Norwegian design, she also learned some recipes. Shooting us some of those when she got back a couple years ago.
And what do you get in the way of Norwegian recipes?
We were at last one she made, something kind of
Facebook, we have a group,
red.
cruise right now. They all look like they haven't missed too many dinners.
that's something that, because I mean,
At least she's not going to Iceland and bringing back
Well,
how to work
they,
with rotten shark.
Didn't have, they didn't buy obviously or something, but they didn't have to remove any, so that was good.
And so
They
the
were
standing thing,
concerned about one that's
that which shark it is,
right at the
really,
base of the group, because they took out last time.
yeah. Typically
So,
it's
yeah,
toxic,
yeah, 6
but
months.
if you bury it and let it
Sounds
rot
like
for,
it's every 6 month deal now instead of once a year deal.
then,
But overall,
That turns into kimchi.
pretty good.
well, it turns into something that looks like cheese and smells like you're gonna leave the room and never come back.
Tired all the time, she says.
There's something big out of
I don't think it's because of this, I don't know.
it's a huge.
It could be.
From what I've heard described, it's something that makes Limburger cheese smell like, the finest perfume you've ever come across. Oh, I like kimchi. Kimchi's good. Yeah. So you need to enjoy spice.
Doug, we should've got Henry's phone number.
I got no data out of him at all. I was hoping he'd be here tonight, so
I was too.
because I was gonna give him an application, but so I at least had something on it. Well, I do have his name, so far on Google, I did find out where he came from in Florida, but that's all I have.
Yeah.
I know he's living with his daughter in Franklin Farms, I think.
Yeah,
But other than that,
might be able to get my daughter's name, then I'll have to go back and look in Google.
Well, it depends if she's married name or not.
how that's true. But in the obituary for his wife died last year. So, the obituary for his wife.
Oh,
died
yeah,
last year.
yeah.
At least that's the answer to the question that we had last time he was here, which was, why did you move from Florida to Michigan?
Well, I knew, he told me his wife had passed away, but I figured it was probably sometime last year. His daughter wanted to move up here, in fact, all the stuff, basically it's still in Florida.
Well, I didn't look up in mine yet either, so I can do that.
Oh, no.
I'll make sure to get that Valentine's invitation, bring his daughter over.
The ones that don't have, they're gonna set where they're gonna, like,
Make sure everybody gets second, guys, we got so much left.
Somebody back there is at a caterer.
Well, she does do catering as well. She owns, she had owned this place, the bookstore next door.
How was your
There's
guys'
a bar type.
How was your guys' holiday?
They owned. And she owned the both died on the corner.
Well, there was Christmas, and there was New Year's, and then there was Michigan's House of So there were three. Their national championship.
Yeah,
There were three. Oh my gosh. I was going crazy. I had to watch the game on that. Stood up where they had no.
Oh, wow.
They do. Looks like we might lose them now. Yeah.
Unless he thinks he's in more trouble with the NCAA, and he's better get out while it's getting good.
Shots there, you know, saw the address on it,
I mean,
now
all
allow to know where she's at.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of
Don't remember that.
They were talking about Chip Kelly.
Who's got it?
I know we have to catch that check. Didn't have weight in the
Chip Kelly or Brian Kelly?
Sorry, Brian Kelly. I was, Brian Kelly, LSU.
Oh, that's when the championship continues till the end of this period, and then we will renew it.
I was like, don't do that.
If he does leave, they got it, they deal with that.
I'm more. Like, at what point? Like, before Michigan, San Francisco, State was Super Bowl.
So,
Before that
the
was
meeting got
Stanford.
started, and I went back.
Before that was SDSU.
So our speaker didn't want to stay home. Somebody made
Oh,
me
Bert.
to get back.
Everything that you want right here. The reason I got things to go back is I get that Super Bowl time. No, he lost to his brother. He has a 49, and his brother is the coach of the Ravens. His brother beat him. That's never had two brothers coaching the Super Bowl against each other. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know Judge Allen, and I used to work on his cars.
Oh, okay.
He sure looks.
His brother doesn't as much.
Yet I had no concern that just like he was in the realm of the state stuff. Just like, I think he might have been a lawyer. The fella just didn't like him. But that's the only person I've ever heard.
Well, the work that he did was trying to get off of the way.
That's his thing.
Any left, any seconds?
Simply use the
Friday?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
Once you know about graduation,
Any good for the graduates, you know, cheers,
Yeah, next time I'll be around there.
Overcoming grief.
Yeah. Well, apparently some of the guys, or sponsors were former addicts as well.
Most of them aren't.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Yep.
Looking for it. Good. Are you done with your peanut butter? Keeps them busy for a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's frozen solid, and she's probably got it gone.
He's from Michigan. And it was 50 something, he was froze to death. The look on her face was.
I'd rather have snow.
Yeah.
I'll take some in here.
I don't mind being cold, I don't mind being wet, but I hate being cold and wet. This is the worst weather. I'll run on the snow all day, take your hand.
It's supposed to have rain most of the week.
It'll be all done by the weekend.
Supposed to keep
Yeah,
it
we're
up.
a picnic tomorrow, open bar.
Huh?
We have to go to picnic tomorrow.
I was at Harrison last week and they got a ton of snow up there. It must have been through the snow belt. Yeah, they did up there too. Cause I had to shovel the porch off the snow.
I
was
was
right
ready
up to the bottom of the door.
Physically, it kind of, it just beat you down for 3 months.
There's some,
But we were sitting out in defense for about, we were doing defense for about 7 days.
There's some of
We were sitting in the rain for 2 days straight, it was like 40 degrees out the whole time. Oh. I'm gonna rebuild it a little bit like that. Let me top it off. I went through POW school, POW training up in Brunswick, Maryland, Maine. And it was about 25 degrees. We were up on the hills. And I was more comfortable there than I was at home.
you don't look like that.
I know, I gotta tell you.
I was dry. Quantico was 40 degrees in Maine.
How to have fun at your meetings.
Yep.
So, yeah. So anyway, she was there, and then, yeah. Oh, she took over. Couple meetings. Yeah. She had both knees.
So you move up this way. Jog over to the other, over to Hamilton Daily, and care of somebody.
Coming, and I'm older.
Years ago, like, the oldest, to have swim meets down in Portage, it was really the elite school in the state. At one point in time, that was years ago.
How you doing, Jenny?
That's because you're a bigger boy.
This is multiple guests.
Yeah.
There we go.
She wanted to let us know she's there.
Down. Amazing.
Joke.
Okay. You didn't ask ChatGPT?
No, well, of course, on my Google, it comes, the Google Bard comes up first, which is their AI. None of it is somewhere wrong, so. Yeah, that too.
Does the concessions or the gate at MSU, that's all electronic.
No. Yeah, pretty much.
When it works. When it works.
When it works. We don't tear tickets anymore, do it that way.
Yeah, that's one step, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was at a game here a couple months ago. Even the tickets are really fancy when you scan. At least mine was, so I got the sweet ticket.
Yeah.
That's a nice little entrance way there for the wrestling too. This is all, this is basketball. You do basketball too?
No,
Demands.
well, not in the last 8 years or more. We did a couple games years ago. Wow.
Tonight's authoritative source for the tail twister is something called mypartygames.com, so I don't know how reliable they are, but we'll go ahead and check to see how you did now. And, some of them are easy, some of them aren't so easy. Number one, how many times a year does the sun set and rise in the Arctic? Once, just once.
Well, I have a large niggle on that.
I
We're
know,
in the Arctic.
I know.
At the Arctic Circle,
must-
it's not true, it's not legit.
Yeah, can you back that up, Doug?
Yeah.
No. You take it up with
If
mypartygames.com.
you're looking at 90 degrees north, then maybe that's accurate.
Yeah, well. Okay, well, we won't, we'll disregard the first question. We'll try number two then. What's the ratio of people buried in avalanches who survived the ordeal?
See, everybody.
No?
No, I went for being 1 in 10, but I think it's probably A.
It's 1 in 4, A. The largest iceberg ever recorded worldwide was 207 miles long and 62 miles wide. Where was it found?
Atlantic.
In the Arctic Ocean. So C is the correct answer. Number 4, what are the names of the trees that always have their leaves? Evergreen. C, that's an easy one. Which other planet in the solar system have scientists observed snowfall?
Jupiter.
No,
Venus.
no.
Mercury.
You forget about Mercury because Mercury has a cold side and a hot side. So they've seen it on the cold side.
No wonder.
The planet that's most often observed having snow is Mars, believe it or not. See, I do a little checking on that.
Yep.
How tall was the world's largest snowman? It's A, 122 feet, 1 inch. Where's the Winter Palace? What city? St. Petersburg. Which fruit has a variety called winter banana?
Apple.
There's an apple, C. Yeah, C is the correct answer. Which country has won the most medals throughout the Winter Olympic history?
Norway.
Yep, we were just talking about Norway, weren't we? In fiction, where's the land of talking animals? Narnia, C is the correct answer there. Cyanophobia is the extreme dislike or fear of what?
Snow.
Snow.
Snow. B is snow. 12, snowflakes usually have how many sides?
6.
6, A is the correct answer there. What is wind chill technically?
B.
B, how the air temperature feels on your skin. Number 14, what's a Chinook?
Salmon.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is
the warm
correct.
winter wind.
But it's a warm winter wind, yes.
Warm weather
And
wind?
warm winter wind.
Russians named their hero.
The largest snowflake ever discovered was about the size of a dinner plate, true or false?
True. I'll go with
That
true.
is true, that is true.
Not
And
really,
your joke is courtesy of what happened to my wife last week, because she went out and her car wouldn't start. And I said, this car is not that old, why is it not starting? So, anyway, we had AAA come out and take a look at it, he says, you know your battery's really corroded.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he said, probably you need a new one too. So, we had to take it up, unfortunately, we had to take it up to the dealer because we didn't know what else might be wrong. And of course, when we left there, it was well over $1,000.
Oh, Jesus.
We had to get tires too, apparently. Ah, well, that's the way it goes. But yeah, I like the idea that you could have somebody start the car for you, that would be really nice.
We need to use
Okay.
my games more often, man. We got 4 wrong. That's the best one.
I need to get you better.
Any more runs?
Any other donations here?
Yeah, it's not.
I don't have no idea. This is
Oh,
a
yeah,
custom of the
there you go.
club
That's
that
a wine.
completely preceded me, that's
Yeah.
for sure. All right.
Oh, here.
It's the blue dogs thing, the board one. Oh, shoot, I got it. Because I reported her for the-
But I did some more. And I read all the
Yeah,
answers.
she goes back, it's like a donor.
And you knew what they were
I
instead?
knew what they were, yeah. I said all 3 of those snowmen were pretty big.
Oh, yeah. Well, they just had something on TV the other day.
Oh, no, it's down there.
Okay, Mr. President,
All set?
you're ready to go.
Alright, well, we'll get started with our guest speaker tonight is Lion Eileen Delaney, and I asked Karen if she would introduce Eileen.
Okay.
I have a continuation of the health question now.
Oh, where,
Take that.
where in the world did you get that?
It was floating around the room, and I don't know who passed it to me, but I kind of was at the tail end of the rope.
You
So-
can't trust anybody these days.
Well, no, you can't. So anyway, what do you think we should charge you
Fine
to get
it.
it?
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
$500.
Okay, the person with the winning bid has to match the, or not. Anyway,
$5.
What's the
$5?
donation go to?
$5.
What's the
Oh, go to the
Bill
treasurer. Over the
I
admin.
saw
First
the
bill is
nomination.
10.
Well,
Is that fair?
yeah, I don't know if I have $10.
$5.
I was joking, Jenny, you know.
I'll do the 10.
Okay.
Wow.
Where's it go?
We're gonna have to steal it more often.
Rich.
I'll take it,
There's
$10. I gave him 5 earlier, but I get 10 back.
That won't happen again. Because Jenny won't be here next time, I'll take care of that.
Yeah, she just pointed it out that it's on the recording as to who took it.
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
So I just threatened her life too.
That'll cost you again.
Or $10.
Okay, so our speaker tonight, and I'm gonna talk a little about Steve too. I've known Steve and Eileen for quite a few years now, and both of them are go-getters, and they've done a lot through the Hope Lions Club with Leader Dog, with youth opportunities, whether it's exchange students or all kinds of other things. They've both been involved in the Childhood Cancer Initiative in the district. But since it's Eileen that we're gonna talk about tonight, I'm gonna tell you that she's quite an amazing person. She's just finished, I think, what, 10 years now? And by the time she was a 3-year Lion, she was already state chair of of Youth Exchange. But she was also a district chair of Leader Dog and Youth Exchange and all kinds of other things that she was involved in too. She's just a really nice person. Steve's a really nice person. We're really glad to have you here with us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're all different kinds of pins tonight. Leader Dog, Youth Exchange, unfortunately, I don't have a name tag for that, so which one should I put on first? Well, we'll start with Leader Dog and then I can pass her off. This is the future Leader Dog, Maisie. Maisie, sit. And she's almost 10 months old. Leader Dog right now is in desperate, dire need of host homes for puppy raising. We've got a lot of new programs going on, and what Steve and I are doing is co-raising. So we have another raiser that has her half the week and we have her the other half. They have where some people like just the new puppies, so they raise them for the first 4 or 5 months. Another raiser will get them after that. So you can work it out with your buddy, best friend, whoever, make them become your worst enemy if you decide to give them one that doesn't potty train very well or whatever. But Maisie, the co-raiser that we have is a graduate of Michigan, unfortunately. I didn't give her any, bad comments on that, but I told her she's coming to a Spartan house, so she might get a little confused now and then, but we've enjoyed having her. Like I say, we have her 4 or 5 days a week. She comes with us to all of our grandkids' sporting events and to the different Lions functions and stuff, whereas the co-raiser works in an office. So she gets the settling, has to settle for the daytime in case she gets a client that still works. So it's working out really well. But that is one of our newest programs, is the co-raising. We're looking for host homes for the mama dogs and the daddy dogs. Mommy dogs, we have a new program with that one too. You can host the mom when she gets pregnant, you keep her, and then maybe a couple weeks before she's going to deliver, somebody else will host her and then raise the puppies for the first 8 weeks. That's a program that we had originally signed up for, and then we ended up with the co-raising. We've hosted 4 mommy dogs and delivered lots and lots of puppies in our home. We really enjoyed that, and we kind of thought we wanted to get back to that without hosting the mom dog, because now we can still travel, and if it's available, we'll take the mom. But those are different options to try. Leader Dog is really right now short on dogs because we don't have enough raisers. They can't keep breeding, if we don't have raisers for the dogs. So, and that's something that all Leader Dog schools are having that problem right now. They're short on dogs. We can't help more clients. Right now we service at least 200 dogs a year go out to clients, and we would like to see that number obviously be raised. Not every dog that gets raised becomes a Leader Dog, but we are partnering with PTSD programs, veterans programs, court programs, just, so if they don't graduate from our program, they may go on to be a service somewhere else. And then any of our dogs that don't get into any of those programs, the puppy raisers, 9 out of 10 of them will get them certified to be therapy dogs. And they take them to schools and libraries and all that stuff. So when she graduates and gets issued, she's valued over $20,000 now, is what the value of one of these dogs is. And the client gets them at no cost. So, of course, we're always doing fundraisers and everything. So if you ever have an idea for a fundraiser or something you'd like to donate, Leader Dog would love to accept the donations. I talked with the Leo Club advisor yesterday, and I'm gonna come over and do a presentation to the Leos and talk to them about Leader Dog and my other hat, Youth Exchange. Now that she's settled, I'll let her stay here. With that, I'm gonna go right on into Youth Exchange. We do have a new state chair, Elvie, and she's from up by the Grand Rapids area, I believe. She's gung-ho. She is really getting things going. Not that I didn't, you know. I mean, I got the camp started again, and of course we had COVID, and you know we haven't had a camp since then. She did get reservations into Bear Lake Camp, so we are going to be able to facilitate using Bear Lake Camp for our camp this year. Maisie, she does not like that helicopter. The Bear Lake Camp itself starts August 11th, goes for a week, and I believe the students will come in like 3 weeks before that and stay with host homes. Of course, we're always looking for host homes. We're looking for students that would like to travel too. Unfortunately, the application deadline for that, most of the countries is mid-February to end of February. So if you know somebody that would like to be an exchange student, please have them contact me, and we'll get the rush going on getting them going. It's a great opportunity, you know, to learn a little bit about another country and you know, make a lifelong friend. We had for Christmas one of our exchange students that we hosted 30 years ago that came over and spent the whole year with us for school. Him and his wife and kids came for Christmas this year. Lifelong friends. Our kids and him, you know, still get along just like their teenage brothers, you know, so it's a lot of fun. And now my third hat is, I am the zone chair. So I'm here to offer my help with anything. If you have a fundraiser or anything going you need some help with, you know, if you'd like me to bring Maisie and sit in the corner somewhere with her, whatever, you know, I'd be more than happy to help you out with anything. We've got a great club here, and I know you guys are very active, and I'd like to help you out anytime I can. Any questions?
Yeah, could you tell us a little, I'm always wondering because I'm still kind of new here, only in 5 years, but I don't know really what goes on with a lot of the other clubs. And you think that I should because I'm in PR, but that's the way it goes. But tell me a little bit of, I mean, I want to hear about Holt, but I want to hear about MSU first.
The campus Lions,
yeah.
Right now their numbers are way down. But when I was at their meeting, they had lots of people there, but it was one of the first 2 meetings. So I don't know if they just didn't encourage them enough to get in there. Courtney March, when she started it, she was a real go-getter, and I mean, she had people signing up, you know, right and left. They still are very active. They have projects going. They work with Advent, not an Advent house, but an abuse house anyway, somewhere out in East Lansing area.
Mm-hmm.
They volunteer there, and then they're going to do the Woldemar or something in the springtime. They're going to go out and help over there, and you know, they have funny schedules because of this, you know, turnover with the college kids and stuff. Like right now, new semester is starting. They're hoping to get more students to come in and join. I know in the end of January, I'm going to go to the meeting, and they're doing a service project making blankets. And I don't know if it's part of our big project that we're gonna do, you know, at our convention, or, you know, if it's just something they're doing on their own for the Ronald McDonald House or something, because I know they do a lot with that too. But they, you know, they're trying to keep, you know, build it back up again and stuff, so.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Back to the leader dog, is there any out-of-pocket costs for you for food, vet bills, or anything?
For us, yes, as puppy raisers, it is a totally volunteer thing.
Okay.
The puppy food is our responsibility. The college kids that raise, we have a lot of on-campus puppy raisers. We have a scholarship now where they're getting their dog food paid for. All vet bills would be covered if we don't go down to Rochester. If it's an emergency, they'll send us out to MSU and they cover the bill. You know, we've had that happen where one of our puppies needed to be seen, and Brandy, our one mommy dog, decided that she wanted some grapes, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't really realize how toxic they were, but then I got to thinking how many she really ate. And so I called Leader Dog, and they said, get her to MSU now, and she ended up spending a week out there. And luckily had no residual effects or anything. Very well could have lost her though. And they said, you know, she's strong as an ox, and we never saw, you know, had to pay a penny for it. So the Leader Dog covered everything out there. So yeah, the vet bills, some of the vets, local vets, will give you a discount if it's a service dog. Some of them, some of our other raisers I know out of the area actually have their vet will not charge them anything for the service dog because they bring their family dog in or something, you know. So it's all up to the vet, you know, how well can you schmooze them, you know. You know, I mean, they can use it as a write-off too, you know, but that's not the point. So, you know, we do have the option of getting free vet care.
Could you tell us a little about your home club? Don't worry, we won't tell them what you said.
Our home club, we're struggling, honest. And not as much as a club, but nobody wants to step up and do anything. I mean, as far as new officers or something like that, you know. And, you know, understandably, the ones that are there don't want to do it, you know, every year, year after year and whatever, and they shouldn't have to. Now, I said, well, I've never been president, and I always, so of course, I said I was never going to be a lion either. You know, that was Steve's night out. I'm not going to do it. You know, that's his night out, my night away from him. Well, I went to ladies' night one night, and all of a sudden I'm up in front getting inducted as a lion. and theoretically, you know, I mean, I did as much or more when he was president. I did, you know, of course, I was the home secretary or whatever, but he was still working full time, and we held what was called the Holt Kids Day, and I did a lot of work for that every year, and I, you know, did almost all of their fundraisers and stuff. So they decided I worked as hard or harder than some of the club members, so I should be in there. Well, if I become president, I can't do my leader dog, and I can't do my visiting all the other clubs and stuff, which I like to do too. I like the variety and stuff. But other than that, we have a lot of numbers. We have pretty good turnout at all of our club meetings. We still do Texas Hold'em as our big fundraiser. You know, but
Lorraine's brother, who's our
treasurer,
he pushed the idea that she needs to become a lion. So, and she didn't hesitate. I mean, she was always there doing something.
Yeah.
But Bob was gung-ho about it. Bob's a long-time member too. Lions. He was Lions in other areas that he lived in, so. It's a small world.
Yeah, it is very small.
So, any other questions?
How long does it take to fully train?
We have them for, oh, you got out of your face thing. I just realized that.
She was there.
She just sitting there, so.
Taking it off so
Yeah.
easy.
She got it off. We have them for a year to 15 months, and which will be just about 15 months that we'll have at her. It depends on their need down there and their training classes and stuff, Maisie said. Then they go down there and they have what they call 4 phases. And it's like the school system now, you work at your own pace, as where it used to be you're doing this and this and this and this. Now it's their phases, and once they figure, the trainers figure they're, graduated from the first phase, they'll go to phase 2. And when it's phase 4 is actually when they get issued to a client.
So they won't start the training until 15 months?
At least 15 months for her, yeah. And they go down and they get complete physical. They have to pass that physical, and I mean, it's a very strenuous physical as far as all the joints and her eyes and ears, everything have to be good. If she had a lot of urinary tract infections as a puppy, or a lot of ear infections as a puppy, they might not, go on ahead and put her in, because that would be an expense for the client, to have to continuously, get them medicated for that kind of stuff.
And they look at that when they do the breeding.
Right.
If there's a genetic problem with a dog, sometimes it'll relate back to the mother or father. So they start sorting things out,
Yeah.
trying to make the dogs get the good ones.
Yeah, that's where our Brandy had 3 litters, and on her 3rd litter, we realized that she had allergies, so they stopped breeding her right away. And it turned out one of her puppies from her 1st litter that was actually a guide dog ended up having a lot of allergies. And she got career changed for other reasons, with the client, personal reasons. They had a baby, and the dog didn't want, she wanted all the attention, not giving it to that baby, So, she ended up getting career changed for that, but she got adopted by another family, and she's allergic to chlorine in the water, so she gets bottled water all the time.
So when you turn this dog over in 15 months, what do they expect the dog to know?
To
What
know?
training? Yeah, what
She
training?
should know how to behave
Yeah.
in public, walk at a good heel with a loose leash, or, the short leash here. Not bark when she's sitting like this. Take treats gently. And she's
She really smells fine.
yeah, she's gonna be a lover. So far, I think she's pretty well on track, as far as the out and about and stuff, doing stairs, all different kinds, the open stairs, graded stairs, all that kind of stuff, And then they'll start working on the stopping at curbs and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. We aren't really supposed to do that as trainers yet. That's more for the licensed trainers down there.
I always bring up this story about our first dog, Brandy. One of her puppies went through the whole schooling and everything, and it didn't make it, but it made it as a dog for the police. Bomb sniffing? Electronic sniffing. And the story was, it came back to us, was my son's also Ingham County detective here, but he is a part of that, but I always like to listen to the police, They went into this house, and this guy was doing child pornography, and they had to find some evidence in the house of something on his computer or something, and there's that little drive that sticks in the side of the computer. They were looking for that chip. And they went through the house. They spent about 3 hours in there. They brought the dog in. The dog had it like in 20 minutes. The dog found it inside the wall of the house. It was trapped inside the wall. Their noses are just amazing. They can smell things. Oh my God. And Brandy's like that too.
Yeah, Brandy's nose gets her in trouble.
Yeah.
She is not a good walker, because she does like her nose to the ground all the time. So,
And I call that biochemical social analysis.
yeah.
When my kids were younger, our family, we raised 5.
You raised 5?
have one that was, made it all the way through. First one would have been probably the best dog, but because of the physical, showed early signs of hip dysplasia, was immediately out of the program.
You said 8 months?
She's almost 10 months.
Really? Do you know where she came from? Originally?
Leader dog?
Was the litter local?
No, it was, leader dog mom, I don't know for
Oh,
sure.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Mine's going on 10 months right now. Litter out of Liverpool.
no, it's, a private, or not private, but a breeder there in, she's not a donated dog.
Gotcha.
We do get sometimes, donated dogs, but, you know, the people, the mom and dad have to be thoroughly tested and everything through leader dog. You know, they have a big rigmarole that they go through. New one, I don't know if you realize that we no longer do German Shepherds. We totally quit doing German Shepherd dogs. We just bred our last litter of German Shepherds came in not too long ago. And we do have a couple litters of German Shepherd lab mixes out still. But they just weren't getting graduation rate from the German Shepherds. And a lot of hip dysplasia stuff early on. So we just don't do those anymore. We strictly have labs, Goldens, and then the lab golden mix. That's what we're doing. And she is a lab golden. Yes.
Yeah, get me in trouble.
Yep, go make sure you go home and get in trouble.
There's the joke where the leader dog is on the curb busy, steps out and the car's coming, the tires are screeching, the guy gets back on the curb. He reaches in his pocket and gives the dog a cookie, and somebody standing there says, "He almost killed you, why are you giving him a cookie?" So I know which end to kick.
That's a good one.
Well, Eileen, in token of our appreciation, take that to Holt.
Okay,
And
yes.
see you next meeting. All right. back to this.
Okay, but yeah.
The dog's like they're clapping for me.
Thank you.
Doug, you're up.
Okay, the minutes of the last meeting are on the back of your agenda. And Jeff, again, has too many vowels in his name. He always has too many vowels in his name, but there's an extra one in there, and I thought I did eliminate it from the record from last time, but I didn't eliminate it from this one, so. If you wanna make a correction, you can do that. That's the one thing that I noticed, or that Jeff noticed. And so, that's, any other corrections or additions?
Nope,
Rich, treasurer's report.
nope, I move we accept the treasurer's, or the secretary's report. With minor correction.
Vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Laura was that for a second there. All opposed? None? All right. Rich?
Treasurer's report. Admin, $10,064.38. Gaming, $13,465.30. Donations, $4,004.07. We've paid our winter international dues. I don't have the bill yet for the state and district dues. We've received, $6,685.20-something cents from MSU, and of that, $3,646.50 went to the Knights of Columbus. So they made more than we did. I think that breaks down to about 34 for us.
Yeah, it was,
But we'd make more if we showed up more there.
yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yep.
I move we accept the treasurer's report.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Accepted. Cindy.
I was at the last Leo Club meeting, so I can talk about their meeting. But first of all, I want to let people know that Cindy sent out an email, identifying who's attending from Lions Club. Dave is doing, or January 25th, it says here that Cindy's doing it, so she must not have left town yet. I guess. Must have a better deal tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess tomorrow is Cindy, and then, February 1st and March 7th, Dave is down. And you are down, that's it.
Yeah, but,
February 1st and March 7th.
oh, okay, yes.
And I'm down for February 8th, Karen's down for February 15th, Jenny's down for February 29th, and then she'll be back for March, so just to let you know from that. The Leos had a presentation and discussion about Robert's Rules of Order, and that I did for them, and we had a little role play afterward, and that seemed to go fairly well. And I passed out my handout, which I always have used for years, Faster, Better Decision-Making Meetings, a very short version of how to do Robert's Rules of Order, so they all have that as well. Plus I gave her some extra for any new members that they have. They're working on possibly doing their own internal building eyeglass collection, they said. And February is Kindness Month, and they're doing something special for Kindness Month. I think they're putting posters on lockers or something like that. I looked at the design for that. And they're interested in hearing more about the Peace Poster program.
You didn't get anything this year.
Oh, yeah, but not for this year, but for next year, okay? So, because a lot of them are gonna be, in Leo next year, so, they are interested in that, because it just came out that you can now get the kits for next year. So, I mentioned that real quickly, and they wanna know more about that. So anyway, that's what the Leo Club did last time. Any questions?
Did you tell them who Roberts was?
I think that, Amber did. Amber talked.
He's a civil engineer.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, he's a lot smarter than I thought he was.
That's smarter than most of them, huh?
Yeah, most of the ones I know, anyway.
All right, motion to accept Leo report. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, accepted. Old business.
The Lions of Michigan Foundation sweepstake tickets, I have them back here, and we've sold some to 3 people already. I don't have them quite organized in groups of 5 or 10 yet, so if you want to wait until next time, that's fine, or the time after. We'll be bringing them to every meeting, but if you would like to take care of that tonight, I'll be glad to take care of that after the meeting for you. So those are all being organized right now. Any questions on the sweepstakes tickets? Okay, Poker Room signups for March 4 through 7. They're going fast, folks. Make sure you sign up, okay? Because we've got people who like to just drive out there once and spend the day and night.
Get it over with.
Rather than driving out and back and then out and back another day. But please take a look at that, and as I think we mentioned last time, we need 3 people in the evenings for Monday and Tuesday, I think it is, because of the tournaments. So there's room for an extra person on those nights. Next thing I can tell you about is that Lion Stan Jordan, who we nominated through our board decision and sent to the district 11C2 meeting that the cabinet had. It has been accepted by the district, and so that has now gone to the state. Okay, so the district has approved Stan for the Hall of Fame, and it's now going to the state. They make the final decision, I understand. Any questions on that? Okay. Valentine's evening meeting. You all have a separate invitation. Please put it on your refrigerator at home. Please find a Valentine to bring next time. Whether it be a significant other or a willing canine friend. That would be fine too. But Jamie is planning a little special dinner, so I'm really working hard on getting my wife to come. So it'll be really nice. We have games, we have prizes, we've got candy, we've got all sorts of good stuff. and for that particular meeting. And hopefully our business part won't take too long and we can play some games, because I've got several of those already worked out. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be our next meeting. The celebration of service collection for March 8th in Owasso. We talked about that last time, and you authorized up to $300. I worked back and forth with the folks on what they needed to fill out the baskets that they're trying to get, or bags that they're trying to get, tote bag stuff for. And so I talked with Jenny Stromlin. I said, maybe we could do the slippers, and she said, no, somebody else is doing that. But anyway, so I found that we can get 19-ounce Dawn dishwashing soap, 50 bottles, for like $280 or something. So I'll be going ahead and purchasing that, and then bringing it to the event for Owasso when that takes place on March 8th. So just to let you know that that's something that I'll be doing, because this time around I'll be staying over the night before in order to do that project. So I'll be there on Friday, and then turn it in for that on Friday. Once again, that celebration of service, I will mention again down under announcements and reminders, but that's all part of that same weekend. Upcoming meeting speakers, Superintendent Kinzer's coming on the 28th. That'll be the meeting that we have after the Valentine's meeting in February. Charlotte Horton's coming, I think first meeting in March. And Heather Galpo, who's going to be a topic of conversation at our board meeting in a little bit. She is going to come and talk about the library on April 10th. So I guess that's the old business. Any other questions that you have for me on old business?
I'm gonna fill a couple of guest speaker dates off the top of your head. Do you remember the first one? Was it the one after 4/10, April 10th?
Well, yeah, it would be. There's also one at the end of March too.
Okay, I've got the director of the National VFW home out here in Eaton Rapids.
Okay.
I just gotta nail down which date.
Okay. Just give me a call, or send me a text or an email. That'll be fine, and I'll get that taken care of. So we'll have the record of that. All right. So that's that.
New business.
One item of new business, I move that we renew our Mason Area Chamber of Commerce membership for $125 for the next year.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I have another piece of new business, and it's also related to the celebration of service, which used to be the district convention. And I have a request here, looking for support for, they have basket raffles. It's a huge hit. We're putting amazing baskets. They're putting each club to support the celebration of service event by contributing financially so we can purchase raffle items. Last year, I just did a lookup, and we donated $25 to that last year. So I put that on the floor that we, if 25 sounds right, we can donate a check for $25, and I will get that in the mail to District Treasurer Ryan Bob Phillips.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So, any other new business? Announcements and reminders.
The Lions of Michigan Forum, I put one copy of the sign-up sheet on every table. That's coming up on February 23 and 24 in Kalamazoo. Just a reminder on that. Of course, we've already talked about the celebration of service March 9th in Owasso. So if you would like to come the night before, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, Owasso is not a bad drive on Saturday morning. And we'll be honoring Stan Jordan that day, so I'd like to see a lot of people from the club go. MACC, Mason Area Chamber of Commerce, has a mixer on February 1st. My understanding is that's wound up with a ribbon cutting before that at 5 o'clock, right?
It is a ribbon cutting at the Modern Lumen office at 5:30.
I think it says 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I thought Charlotte just told me 5:30 for the ribbon cutting, 6 for the mixer.
Oh, okay, well, maybe I just put down 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 ribbon cutting there, there's gonna be cupcakes, refreshments, stuff like that, and anything left over, we're coming down here to Bestsellers at 6 o'clock for, mixer. The ribbon cutting is a 5-year anniversary. ribbon cutting.
I've been trying to at that mixer, and I'll be trying again at Good Morning Mason a couple weeks later to try to put the touch on people for membership. So if you want to help me, that'd be great.
I'll join you that day.
And when's the Good Morning America or breakfast?
Good Morning Mason is on February 15th. Again, that's a Thursday at the fairgrounds at 7:15. That costs $5 to get in. Includes a little breakfast type of thing with Jamie has, coffee and donuts. And then the Business Expo, where I could use a little help, is at the middle school on February 29th at 4:30. Runs from 4:30 to 8. I'll have it set up around 3 o'clock or so. Worked it out with the chamber to have our booth next to the Historical Society's booth, so that we can have somebody, if we have somebody in one booth, we can go ahead and get a chance to walk around and talk to people. Again, this is another opportunity to talk to people about membership or other types of support from the business community. I think that the people who come through and take a look at the exhibits at the Business Expo, supposedly it's anybody can come in, and anybody can come in, and there's food and all that kind of stuff. But it's still, again, mostly a chamber mixer, but with display tables. If you haven't been to this before. So those are my announcements and reminders.
We also received 2 thank you letters, one from the Mason Food Bank, thanking for the support in 2023, almost 27,000 pounds of food, fresh produce, and personal care items were donated this past year. Myersville promotion of Simply Give campaign, where they matched whatever shoppers donated to the program during the campaign and doubled their match one day of each campaign. The community was generous to the point where they received over $30,000 in 2023 from the Myers Simply Give campaign. And Mason Lions is involved in that, so thank you letter from them. Mason Lions made a donation, was it $1,500?
We made a donation of $750, and then they turned it into
Match.
$1,500. Yeah.
Okay. So that thank you letter came. Then the other thank you letter was from Mason Community Services. On behalf of Mason Community Services, I'm ready to thank you for the donation. This past year, because of your generosity, we were able to provide resources to the underserviced families in Mason. It's clear that you understand the importance of supporting families and individuals that are struggling. The positive ripple effect that results from helping these families are too numerous to list. You're helping us make the difference with these lives, and we appreciate your belief in the value of the community resources. We value every donation, no matter how much or how often it is given. Thank you very much. And donation of $200 was made from Mason Lions. Has anybody been involved in the Mason Community Service Center over there, like a person went over and helped?
Well, what we have been for many years now, actually it's been about 4 years, we've been involved with a group that now calls itself the Mason Area Planning Network, but originally it was called Mason Area Community Services. It's a group that helps identify needs in the community. It's the social service agencies, the churches, and the service organizations. They meet once a month on the second Thursday of every month at noon. The last meeting that they had this past month was at Mason Community Services, their building that they have now over at 118 West Oak. And so if you are interested in, Jenny goes to the meetings sometimes too, so if anyone is interested in finding out what's going on in terms of what the community's needs are, it's a good one to attend. It's first Tuesday at noon. It does change as far as location goes, but you can get a hold of me, I'll tell you where it is.
They were also instrumental in helping to get a program started so that our handicapped young adults can do something at least once a month as a group, because of everything that was shut down by the state.
I was just impressed at how much they do there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Thanksgiving dinner that they serve for that, I've always been impressed at how much they do. Everything, paper, diapers,
got a
food,
van.
clothing.
They were able to purchase a van to help people who
They
don't
did, yeah.
have it get to doctor's appointments.
We jump in and do, Modern Movement does an event for them every year. Behind the Shadows, to help out, last year we helped them purchase a laptop for their I've always been impressed. If you're ever looking for an opportunity to volunteer to do something in the community, they've got so much, that they do, that they're always looking for help.
Well, what they did
Two
is,
ladies over there too, right?
well, most of the time. Just to let you know that the Mason Area Planning Network was originally the group that got that started, and many other things, like Jenny mentioned, what they call the Friends, I guess, the Friends group over at Presbyterian Church. But this Mason Area Community Services became a 501c3. Remember Linda came and talked to us about this, Linda Hewson. And they became a 501c3 in order to be able to meet certain needs, like the Methodist Church was gonna get out of the clothing bank business, and so we needed a clothing bank in town. They wanted to do a diaper bank. So they formed their own 501c3, and then they've gotten into all sorts of other things for people's needs in the community. They even have a washer and dryer there for people to do their laundry. Right now, they're looking for people who are interested in learning how to prepare taxes for these folks. Relatively simple tax forms, so it's not really too difficult, and they have a program for it on that laptop. So, but they do an awful lot, as do all of the other organizations that are part of that planning group.
Okay, who's part of the board meeting? Just the CEO?
Oh, well, just the people on that left-hand side, but we're not gonna go there yet. We still got a part of our announcements and reminders that Dave does,
50/50
and Jeff does.
Oh, yeah.
So you ready for that?
Raffle, yeah.
You ready, boss?
I bought 5.
That's not a rocket paper.
No, I don't know which one this is, but I got 5.
It's the rocket.
Yeah. I'm donating our.
Read her off.
846-8616.
That's Jeff.
Jeff got it,
Oh,
okay.
Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff
He's
is
gonna
in
be selling
there.
tickets the rest of his life.
Which Jeff? Me. Me. That's all I got.
That's Jeff's turn.
One good turn deserves another.
Get one out of there, there we go. My luck, I'll win pies.
062462.
That's mine.
All right.
All right.
Joker's coming up, I can tell. I can feel it
I'd
coming.
like the pot to get a little bit bigger before that. Thank you very much.
I can feel it coming.
I hope not.
Did they really? We've got an administrator in our Lansing office. She
Sorry.
was there, she was.
10 of diamonds.
She was one of the.
10 of diamonds.
Try it again. Try it again.
Was it Poppy? National Poppy. Any other announcements, business? That was
I
the
move
last
we
one.
adjourn to the board meeting.
All right, motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, board meeting.
All in favor, aye, any opposed, the doors are
Pretty much everybody whose name is in that little box over on the left-hand side of your agenda is part of our board meeting.
So what do we do? What do we do?
He's got his phone.
You're welcome.
No, I think Rich has got it figured out. There's only one thing on the agenda.
That's everybody here.
We've received a resignation letter from Heather Galpo. It's a very nice resignation letter, probably the best one I've ever read. She just feels that she just can't make our meetings, and she feels like she's not contributing much to the club as a result. So she resigned. We have to accept her resignation. But there are some contingencies that our treasurer noticed, so he's gonna bring those up.
All right, so the Capital Area District Library has paid her dues for the year. Check has been deposited. I did a little checking. Basically, I'm assuming that when I get the state and district dues, that we'll be paying for her on that. That's $11 or something like that. Overall, international, state, and district dues for a year is $69.50. I see two options. Option one is to accept the resignation in good standing and return the entire $175 to the library. Option two would be to accept Heather's resignation provisionally for 2024, 2025. Consider her paid as a at-large member for 2023, 2024, and return $100 to the library. I did a little checking. I wondered what sending somebody at large did to the club in terms of ability to vote, numbers, calculations to vote at, and that does not, Karen said she didn't think it did, and so I went out to the International and looked it up, and in fact, it doesn't. If anybody's interested, I have the membership information here. So an at-large member cannot vote on state, district, or international events, but they are counted in the formula for the number of votes that's available to the club, which really doesn't affect us for international. That's 1 for every 25, but for district, it's 1 for every 10 members. Well, that could be an effect there, but it's not. So my preference as a treasurer is number 2, but it's up to the board to make a decision.
Has Heather discussed this at all with you?
Yeah, that's what,
I actually, kind of went around the clubs back to see if there was a problem with cattle getting money back, because I've had that problem with other organizations.
Yeah.
She says, no, cattle will go ahead and be able to take money back, and it's up to us to decide how we want to do it.
oh,
shouldn't have touched her.
Why'd you pick 2, Rich? Option 2?
Option 2 is, we've already paid our international dues for the year, and we will have, when I get the bill, paid the state and district dues for the year. So essentially, the club has paid for her membership in everything above the club for a year. She's only been able to attend 1 meeting so far. So essentially, I see her just like Ron Underhill in terms of connection to the club. So that would be my recommendation in terms of just balancing out. And I think, offers her a degree of respect for what she does and has done for us, as to say, we really love you as a member, and essentially you've paid for everything other than the meals and the stuff that the club does for a year. So we'll accept your resignation as of
End of June.
yeah, June 30th, and consider you as an at-large member of the club. And as a speaker coming up, your meal's paid as a speaker, so no big deal.
Sounds good to me, I vote for that one. Make a motion, I might motion that we do what
And
you said.
if we
So-
give the $100 back, we've essentially paid for, she's actually paid for the amount that our dues are
Yeah,
cost for the year, so.
yeah, and pretty much half of a meal too, so I will make the motion that we accept Heather's resignation as of June 30th of 2024, and I will return $100 to the library.
Anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion accepted.
I will go ahead as the secretary and change her status, okay? But before I do that, I'll just go ahead and run that by her on an email, just to make sure, okay?
Yeah, change her status as of June 30th, right?
No.
No,
At
immediately,
large now.
yeah.
To at large,
And then we'll remove her on June 30th.
yeah.
But right now, she stays an at-large member.
okay,
But right now, she's a regular
yeah.
member. So we just
Okay.
change that status.
As at large, can she attend?
We should attend
Can she
anything.
still attend? Okay.
Okay, that's all I have.
Until June, pretty much.
All right.
Now there, I don't know.
Last call, if anybody wants to get any of the sweepstakes tickets tonight, otherwise they'll be used every other meeting. And sign up for the code on over here.
Because I wouldn't hear them. Since they're coming until October.
Yeah, I should do that. I have to figure out how it used to be. I know what you paid,
Yeah.
I'll figure out what the rest of it is. Okay?